Okay, occasionally we get to hear about customers saying they've got a clicking sound or a creaking sound coming out of the rear of their tricycle. And this is normally because the surface between the inside of the bearing race and the axle itself has become either contaminated with a bit of dirt or something like that, or it's a start of oxidization, which is the early stages of corrosion. Now, normally a bearing will be push fitted onto a shaft like this, but because we need to remove the shaft for servicing, they actually have quite a loose fit, and you can see how much movement there is in the bearing in the shaft. So any debris or dirt that gets in there creates quite a problem eventually, where it'll eventually start clicking sounds as it goes over centre, and that's a problem. So what we do is we just introduce the smallest amount of lubricant. So in this case, I'm just using inox, and we're just going to put it between the bearing and the the bearing and the shaft, and give it the slightest sort of squirt. And then once the shaft starts rotating on the bearing again, the noise will go away. Because we're using such a small amount of lubricant, we also can use compressed air, and they just flow the air around the position, and we can make sure that the liquid, the lubricant we're using, gets blown underneath the bearing race. So you'll see there it's all nice and shiny, and that's because the lubricant has gone underneath. The dangers with lubricant, however, is that this position is very close to the brakes. So you need to make sure that there's no lubricant left in the area when you're finished. So get something like a paper towel or a rag. We'll roll this one up. We'll put it here, and we'll rub around the shaft. So I'll just rotate the shaft. We'll rub around it like that to remove any of the lubricant that's there, and it won't fly off now onto the brakes. So here we are looking at the rear of a 2450 model Subaru tricycle, and I'm just going to introduce a screwdriver here. So on this side we have the brake caliper, we have the main frame here, and the oil or lubricant needs to get squirted in just in this position here where the main axle meets the bearing. It's almost impossible to see in this location when everything is on, but that's where we need to get it. And under no circumstances should you get it on the brakes, otherwise the brakes will become ineffective and will probably need a brake rebuild. So make sure whatever lubricant you use, oil is good, a very light drop of oil, or a very small amount of WD-40 or other lubricating spray. Make sure it only gets into this position here and it gets blown back underneath and into the bearing. And that's it. Your problem will be solved for the next couple of years.